Long. It's a beautiful, oh yes, recording, everybody. We all know that now. So it is a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, and it's a Tammy Tuesday. So Tammy, what you got?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tammy Tuesday. You know, I had a dream the other night. Oh, I don't want it to be on this view. Hang on, gallery. I had a dream the other night, and I actually had to wake up in the middle of the night and write down the ideas that I had. I'm wondering if anyone else has had that. The epiphany that I had is actually how to save a deal that I was in the middle of that was in a big crisis. So I thought this week for Tammy Tuesday, I would tell you how mortgages have saved the day. So the first one, a couple of months ago, we had a client where the condo yesterday, I think it was Paul who talked about how condos and reserves could cause a problem if you're putting down less than 10%. Well, a couple months ago, we had a situation like that. They were putting down 5%, and we had a problem with the reserves. So the borrower was fine. The lender was fine. It's always the lender's fault. We know that. And everything was good. The condo management company didn't have their paperwork together, and their reserves were shy of what a lender will lend on. So the solution was we had the seller concession of 3%. Then we were able to put down the 10% because we just restructured the loan a little bit. So that's an example of working together as a team. Because if you were using, headset jockey guy or no name lender in some obscure place, you might not have been able to get them on the phone. But between the lender and the two agents, we were able to come up with a solution. We didn't miss a beat. We closed on time, no issue. All was right in the world again. Seller was thrilled. Buyer and seller were thrilled. Second situation we had a couple months ago was we were buying a HUD home, and the seller absolutely refused to let the buyer turn on the water. Problem number two is credit score was a little bit of an issue, and we could not do a renovation loan because the credit score was down. What to do? Because you need water in order to get a loan. So I was able to do an escrow holdback. For 10 days, the borrower had to pay for the water to get turned on, had to pay everything in advance. And then within 10 days before the loan was sold to the investor, before the loan made it to the next step to the investor, the water had to be turned on. We did. All was right in the world. We got that accomplished. We worked together. We were able to do it. That was actually amazing because I did not think we were going to be able to do that without turning water. I've never been able to close on a house without turning the water on. And then the last one is just recently, the appraisal came in $55,000 under. Absolutely ridiculous. The agent wrote a beautiful rebuttal. We are in the middle of the rebuttal now, so we'll probably win. However, I was able to restructure the deal, not going to change the client's cash to close, and going to change their monthly payment by about $13. So again, a solution. So when you guys are out there letting your clients pick their own lender, 65% of mortgages go bad. 65% of the time the deal is going to go bad. And it's not the mortgage that's going bad. I just gave you 3 examples that were not the mortgage problem. So it is so crucial that you guys encourage your people to talk to your lending team, because all 3 of those problems that I gave you, they had the best lender in the planet. No offense to all the other lenders on here, all the best lenders on the planet. And it was because they had a lending partner that we were able to solve those problems. And I'm sure any of the lenders on here would have been able to solve those problems. So moral of the story, mortgages save deals when you have the right team. Happy Tuesday. Happy, beautiful day. This is my favorite weather in the whole world. And I think it lasts for maybe 3 days. So I am celebrating this glorious, hazy, hot, and humid 100-degree day. Happy day, guys.
Great stuff, Tammy. Okay, hashtag mind blown. Tammy always has solutions, creativity. It's amazing. Thank you for that. And Dan, I did catch that headset jockey comment, Tammy.
Headset jockeys.
Hysterical. Very funny. Okay, then. Moving right along. And this is my favorite weather too, Tammy, just so you know. And we're going to have many more of them, maybe 3 days of a heat wave, but we're going to have many more of them. I'm looking forward to them. All right, guys, some announcements. First, for those of you that were in the Stanford Market Center yesterday, you saw the training room full of people. Woohoo! I just loved it. It was amazing. Congratulations to Jen Henry for having her disc lunch yesterday for Productivity Coaching Group. Literally, I think there were, 60, 65 people in that room. It was amazing. Congrats. I hope everybody enjoyed that. It was great seeing everybody in the Market Center. Fantastic. Okay, potluck lunch, the second potluck lunch happening this Thursday in the Ridgefield Market Center at noon, I believe, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to be sending out another reminder shortly for you guys to RSVP. So please RSVP with whatever you want to bring. Just get on there and even just RSVP that you're coming. If you can't bring a dish, that's quite all right. When we had it last week in Stanford, we had more food. We could have fed a third world country. It was crazy. So please pay attention to that Thursday. Today, 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock, we have Conquer Command as usual. And wedged in between that at 1 o'clock, we have Rick's open mic session. So bring all your Q&A at 1 o'clock. There's nothing you can't ask Rick. And you guys will brainstorm through the solutions at 1 o'clock today. 4 o'clock today is Ignite. I know everybody's been coming back to Ignite. This is the third week. And that continues today, tomorrow, and Thursday, 4 o'clock in this Zoom room. This Thursday, July 1st, after the potluck lunch in Ridgefield at noon, send all of your clients, friends, everybody who wants to get into this amazing industry we call real estate to Career Night at 5:30. Again, back in this Zoom room with Dan and I. I've been hearing, I don't know about you, Dan, but I've been hearing about a lot of people who seem to be sending folks. So I'm excited to have a good turnout for that. All right, that's the end of my announcements. So moving right along, our spotlight today, I am so thrilled to announce, I'm going to say the return of Michael Shapit and Michael Shapit's team at KW NYC. Michael is with us today. So we are just so thrilled to have you, Michael. Michael's a dear friend. And Michael and his team took a brief exit from KW and went to Compass, and they are back and they are thrilled and people are cheering. There's a parade. It's amazing. So Michael, tell us all about what's going on in your world, my friend.
Good to see everybody, and thank you, Steve, for inviting me to join you this morning. My world is crazy. First of all, this is my least favorite weather. Give me cold any day, hot and humid, no thank you. Gotcha. But that's what makes horse racing, Tammy. Sorry. Yes, I am thrilled to be back home at KW. You know, and it feels like coming home. The platform that KW offers is unparalleled in terms of size. The networking is phenomenal. The education is amazing, and I'm thrilled to be back.
Yeah, we're thrilled you're back. Absolutely, it's wonderful. And I've been seeing on Facebook people from all around the world from KW welcoming you back. So it's awesome, my friend. Awesome. So you're here to stay. So tell us what's going on in your world. Tell us about your team and tell us about New York City real estate.
So you know, Tammy, you touched on some interesting issues, and we're in strange times. Yes, we are coming back from really dark times. There is price uncertainty. We don't know what things are worth. There are issues with co-op board turndowns. When they see when co-op boards see prices that are too low, they reject them. And so we've got to figure out solutions to that. These days, like now, I'm working on a deal. One of my teammates listed a property on 58th Street, right around the corner from Billionaires Row, right down the block from where there is a new homeless shelter going up. And we represented the seller. the buyer purchased this apartment. There was a fire in the building post-contract signing, before closing, post-mortgage commitment, post-condo board issuing its waiver. The buyer has come back and said, well, the gas is off in the building, so we don't know whether the stove is working. And because the stove isn't working, we are not closing on this $1.5 million apartment. What do you do? And so I think that we're poised for litigation.
Wow.
And the point I'm making is that we are all solution-driven problem solvers, and it's recognizing who our clients are, recognizing our clients' needs, and communicating, knowing the right professionals to bring in. You know, ordinarily a real estate lawyer is involved, but in a case like this on 58th Street, we need a real estate litigator. The real estate transaction guy is not going to be the one to do it. It's finding solutions and working through them. So I will say that part of my transition back to KW was an opportunity for me to make my team leaner and meaner. And at this point, I am looking to grow my team. So if you know agents in New York City, Manhattan in particular, who would benefit from being on a team, and I'm happy to talk to you about what those benefits are, I'd love to meet them. I'd love to grow my team to be about 15. It's a little more than we ever have been, but I think that there is an opportunity to grow.
That's great. That's awesome. So that's really great. And I'll certainly help you with that too if I come by anybody. Tell us about, again, more about the market. I mean, what you've experienced, and obviously there was such a shutdown and now maybe on the upswing. Tell us what's happening in Manhattan and around.
So the way I describe it is the market is a little schizophrenic. And, you know, we live in it, all of us live in it minute by minute. You know, right this minute, the Manhattan market is on fire. Now, when you say the stock market is doing well, that doesn't mean that there are certain stocks that outperform the market and certain stocks that underperform, right? It's
True.
The same in real estate. The market is doing well. Well, there are some property types, some sizes, some locations that are doing incredibly well, and there's some that are not. What's doing well is in neighborhoods that are really residential. So the Upper East and Upper West Sides are doing very well. The downtown neighborhoods like the Village, Gramercy Park, even the financial district these days is doing well. What's not doing well is Midtown, both East and West, where office workers have not quite returned, although they are returning. But one of the consequences of office shutdown is that all of the stores and retail that catered to the office workers haven't reopened. And so it's a little bit of a ghost town, and buyers have not returned to Midtown. Theater is opening. Restaurants are back to normal. So it's only a question of time that Midtown will return. And so buyers always ask me, so where are the bargains? Where can I get a great deal? It's Midtown. If you're willing to recognize the potential that Manhattan has to offer, now is the time to purchase in Midtown. That's
interesting. That's really, now, so tell us about, you know, where do you see with your team the hot spot right now, and like what price range-ish, what's happening where?
So people who have not returned to the market are international buyers. The Russian oligarchs who purchased on Billionaires Row aren't there. So the high-end, ultra luxury properties are available at huge discounts. Nobody post-COVID wants to live in a tiny one-room studio, because if you're living, sleeping, working, watching TV in one little, that doesn't work. What people do like these days, private outdoor space.
I've been seeing a lot of that. Yeah, that's true.
People like in-unit laundry, so they don't have to go to a laundry room. That's becoming more popular. When you think about housing styles that were popular until a year and a half ago, large open concept rooms, living room, dining room, kitchen, all in one place, were very popular. Post-COVID, people want smaller designated spaces for privacy so that they can work. The idea of a maid's room 2 years ago, who cared about a maid's room? Today, people want a maid's room where they can have an office, where they can have time out, where they can really separate from the rest of their families.
Interesting.
So smaller little spaces are becoming more popular.
Wow. So are you saying that like a studio would be a bargain because nobody wants them anymore? Does that make sense?
Well, so again, we're emerging.
Right.
I think that a small studio will be a huge benefit, and an inexpensive studio to somebody who is working 3 days a week in Manhattan and doesn't want to commute. Right. Commuting is a little scary these days. I think that, but that presumes that a building will permit pied-à-terres or part-time residents, and not every building will. Right. So there are lots of, it's my job as a marketer to figure out the highest and best use for a property, and who is the target audience, how to appeal to them, and how to make them pay the most money for it. Similarly, when I work with buyers, I've got to figure out, where are the deals? What's the benefit of a certain place to a buyer that maybe other buyers won't recognize? So I think that studios, smaller, will be great for pied-à-terre, part-time people who just want to lay their head and sleep a couple of days a week to avoid the commute.
Interesting. I will say that's one thing that Michael is a master at, is marketing the property in the right, unique way. Truly a master. Amazing. So you guys, referrals, you got stuff, people want to list in Manhattan that you know of. Michael's your man.
Just one other niche of mine that I'm looking to grow that you guys can help me are empty nesters. And this is an opportunity, I think, in this market, with the shortage of inventory that you are experiencing. You've got empty nesters who have a gold mine in suburban Connecticut real estate. They should be selling and taking advantage of you guys experienced the down market for years, and now it's not, and now's the chance. Those empty nesters are huge buyer renter clients of mine, and there really is synergy between your market and mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally. Michael, make sure you put your contact info in the chat, please, so everybody has it today. So thanks for that. That was great. I mean, we are thrilled welcoming you back, hugging you, welcoming you back to KW. And I'm sure these guys will reach out to you, and maybe we'll have you up here one day. We'd love to have you come and teach, because you're a phenomenal teacher as well.
Thank you.
Great. All right, guys, let's move on to Marty Miller. What do we have from Marty Miller? Adonis.
I just want to say, describing the market as schizophrenic, I think, is the best way to catch somebody and have them really listen to what you have to say after that. So, Michael, if you were the author of that term, respect to you. And if not, it feels like it's yours anyway. So thank you for that. Today, Marty's going to show us adding, viewing, and removing contacts from a smart plan.
Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 5.0. And today is day 19. We've been spending the last week or so working through smart plans, and today we're going to start closing out that applet by discussing with you the ability to add or remove contacts from smart plans. So the first thing we're going to do is go into our smart plans applet, fourth one down here on the left hand side with the diploma icon. And once we dive in, we'll see here are all of our personal smart plans that we have in our library. And let's say we want to add some people to our birthday smart plan. So if I come in and click on the Add Contact button underneath the Actions menu, you can see it's that first button in the Actions column. If I click on that, I'm going to have a list here of all of my contacts, right? So that shows me 896. Now, it's showing me only 896 in this case because this is the birthday smart plan. So that means I only have 896 of my contacts have a birthday. If we had selected another one, we might have several thousand, right? 5,200. And yet I can search one by one. I can search by name. So if I want to put myself on the plan, I can search for my name, check my box just like doing that. Or I can come along and check specific individuals. I can use the select all tool here at the top. However, take note that it only does 20 at a time, and you can't add more than 40 people from this applet at a time. Okay, so I could come to the next and I could do this, and you could see that it's these 4 individuals plus 36 more I could add to Smart Plan that way. There's a couple other additional options when I come into the Contacts applet. So if I come into Contacts and I click on a specific contact that I want to add to a specific Smart Plan, I can just click on the contact's name and then come over to the activity timeline, right hand side here, choose Smart Plans from this panel of different tabs, and we're going to add to Smart Plan. I would then find that Smart Plan, here it is, and then I could add a contact to a specific smart plan. So I don't have the birthday on this one. You can see it won't let me subscribe. But that is one way to add one specific contact to one specific smart plan. Finally, the third option is to go through the contacts home screen. And we know that we can see anywhere from 1 through 50 up to 1 to 500 contacts at a time. Once I have selected one or more contacts from this menu, I do have the bulk action menu that pops up, and one of those bulk actions is add to smart plan. So I can click on add to smart plan. I would choose which smart plan I wanted to add them to. Let's just say we're going to do the birthday smart plan, and then I can click on confirm. Right, so now all of those individuals have been added to that smart plan. I also have the ability to, let's do all of these, and let's do add to smart plan. Let's do the neighborhood nurture this time around. So if we do neighborhood nurture, you're going to see that because most likely in this first group of 3, I only had 1 birthday. So it's just adding them immediately. Because I have multiple contacts with neighborhoods assigned in this grouping, I get 3 different options. So I have the ability to start the smart plans all immediately. I have the ability to add all these contacts to this smart plan at some point in the future, and that would mean all 5 would be added on a specific date. This is really good for smart plans revolving around a specific event or holiday. So for example, I had a Thanksgiving smart plan. I could add them all on or the day before Thanksgiving. And then you also have what's called stagger start. So right now I have 5 contacts checked off, and I could say, hey, command, I want you to add no more than 1 per day. That would mean each day a new contact is added. So that's great if you're looking to add maybe several hundred contacts to a smart plan, but you don't want them all added on the same day so that you get a series of either tasks coming in or emails going out, etc. You can sort of space them out over time, and that's what the stagger start option does. Once you have contacts added to a smart plan, if you want to unsubscribe them from that smart plan, it's as simple as coming into smart plans. And we're going to look at the people plans, and earlier we subscribed someone to the birthday smart plan. If you see a number with this eyeball sign here under the contacts column, you know that you have at least 1 contact on a smart plan. So I can click on this eyeball, and it's going to show me that quadruple A seller has been added to this smart plan. I've got a couple of different options. I can check that box and confirm unsubscribe. If I have a whole series of more than 20, I can select all, and it'll show me 1 through 20 of however many I have, and I can unsubscribe all of those on that page. Or if I've got more than 20 and I just want to knock it all at once, I can unsubscribe all here as well. If, for example, I had several hundred people on a smart plan, I just wanted to find one specific person to unsubscribe, I can also come in and search by name, and then that person's name would show up and I could unsubscribe them as well. So that's your ability to basically see who is on a specific smart plan and then how to unsubscribe them from that specific smart plan as well. So really important just to make sure, obviously, if anyone reaches out to you and says, please stop emailing me, stop calling me, whatever it might be, that you remove them from any automated smart plan that might be sending text or emails on your behalf. That's it for today, guys. Day 19 of
Whoops, there we go, unmuted. So that's excellent. Tomorrow, we're gonna do day 20, publishing or removing smart plans from the shared library. So we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Bye, Steve Scott. Bye, Carlos. Bye, Alice. Silva, Michael, nice to see you.